Jimbo's Garage.
Wow. Hello everybody, welcome to Jimbo's Garage. Well, today I got one of my service trucks backed about as far back in my workshop as I can. One of my drivers was telling me that they'd like to get a little bit more organized here. And so what they would like to do is for me to build them a rack in here that these little bins right here will fit in kind of like this, side by side with each other right here. Okay, 3 of them. And they want a little space underneath it to put some long things. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure some things up here. And we're going to make it, make a rack for these things and for these guys to put this in. All right, let me get some measuring done. All right, I got my measuring done. I'm going to get this thing, try to get it built today, get it painted, and get it installed tonight because it needs to be in service tomorrow. So let's see if I can get this thing done by tonight. All right. Okay, YouTube, back in the shop. Made my measurements in the field. What we've got here is we're going to be building a rack that is basically 13.5 inches wide, 6 feet long. We're going to have 10-inch legs on them. We're going to be using 3/16 by 1 3/4 angle iron. And that's what we're going to get started with there. All right, well, let's put in some ear protection right here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we've got our 3/16 by 1 3/4 angle iron right here, and we're getting ready to cut it up in 45-degree angles on the ends to create the rectangle. And you know, when I bought this material, it comes in 20-foot lengths, and because I don't have that big of a truck, I usually have them cut it in half. That's roughly 10 feet. Though, after figuring out that I need a 5-foot long rack, it was pretty critical that I make these cuts work perfectly so I don't have any wasted material and that I could get 2 pieces out of a 10-foot length. And we managed to get that done. Got it done with not too much to spare. Well, looks like we got everything cut up here, and we're ready to start assembling. And I think this is a, since we got some 3/16 angle iron here, I think it's a perfect job for my stick welder. So we're gonna fire up the Power iMig 205 on the stick welding mode and put it together. Okay, we got everything all fit up here and all squared, so we're gonna go ahead and just tack it all together for right now. Tack the square up, tack the legs on, and then we'll get it all finished up in the weld. Okay, so here we are tacking everything together, and I decided to go ahead and use my MIG gun, and I'll tell you why here in a little bit. Now we're tacking the legs on and getting that all done. I want to get everything all tacked together. I think that's the best way to go when you fit things up like this. You get everything perfectly squared, get the legs on, get everything, braces, support, get everything tacked together, and be sure it's going to work before you go ahead and do all the final welding and get it complete. Okay, we got it all tacked together, and I added a couple of additional supports down in the very bottom right here all the way across on both sides, connecting the top and bottom together just so it wouldn't twist when it was in position. So I know I had mentioned that this would be a job for the stick welder, but after I broke out my MIG and started tacking things together, I realized it'd probably be a better job for the MIG welder. So we're gonna go ahead and weld everything all up and get it all complete. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and set my Airlast Power iMig 205. We're gonna be running 3/16, so I made a bunch of adjustments during the tack up and found out that works best at about 18.5 volts. So I'm running about 340 on the wire feed. So we're gonna go ahead and get it all welded up. You know, we're welding everything together right here, and I know it doesn't look like too much, but man, it just felt like there was countless and endless welds just everywhere. It seemed like it took me 2 hours to do all this complete. Yeah, it didn't, but it sure seemed like it did. There's just a lot of welds going on here. Well, YouTube, as you can see, I'm working feverishly trying to get this thing in before it gets dark, but I think I'm there. We still got a little bit of light left. As you can see, the rack is done, And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use my my MaxStar 150S little portable stick welder, and I'm just going to tack it into a couple of locations inside the bed so that thing doesn't move anymore. Put the racks in it. I just want to tell you about this MaxStar 150. It is an awesome piece of equipment. Super portable, real small, very lightweight. Works good on 110 and 220, and works equally the same on both, as long as you're not doing a lot of volts on the 110. But hey, for an overall job, portable, taking out, doing some small repair, awesome piece of equipment. All right, let's get this thing tacked in and finish up before it gets dark. All right, the old Miller MaxStar 150S is a great piece of equipment. It's so portable, and you can take it with you wherever you go, and it welds like a charm. But anyways, you know, for me, big old fat guy sitting back in this little old truck right here, I have to say I struggled a little bit. But anyways, we got it welded in. The thing welded like a dream. Got all my cords that are hanging down from my grinders and welders right there. I know they look like they're right on top of the work, but actually they are quite a bit away from that. But anyways, hey, there it is. We got it all welded in, good enough, just tacked in. I don't think it's going to be going anywhere. As you can see, that looks like it's going to work pretty good. I think my guys will be happy. Now they don't have to worry about crawling back in here. I think they can step over from the side, get what they need out of here, have access storage underneath there. And later, I'm going to be building a rack over here to separate the different size metal and wood stakes we have. But for now, there it is. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Thanks.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.